we get like the House Terran and House Zerg ones over here?
If you want to get them remade, sure.
What do you mean by remade?
Because the files that you gave me are way too small to print, right? I'm pretty sure we went through this when you wanted me to get them done. But
sounds about right.
I had somebody take a look at them, someone on Discord who was like, oh, I'll do it for free. And, I mean, they kind of work. And there was the problem where the background wasn't the right color, and like you needed to have probably transparent background, and they don't. So
yep,
there's that.
And we couldn't quite match it to like black or whatever.
Oh, to anything.
To anything. It's all color matching is hard. It turns out.
Yeah, the whatever background they originally were on was not available, so it was always going to be off, even on the black.
All right. Well, shoot. I don't know. I really, really love those designs. How can we fix this? We need a Photoshop wizard who is master of all colors and can match anything. Let me see what I can dig out.
Okay.
Okay, deal. And then all will be pleased. And Fatty is happy that we have the Falcon Paladin mug.
That's good.
Good job, Fatty.
The images haven't updated, so the link in the Falcon Paladin Hour is the same as the one that I have, where the logo is directly opposite the mug, but that should be fixed on the actual product.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know anybody who looks at this and says, the logo's in the wrong place. I'm not buying it. But then you click on it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You have to click on it to buy it anyway.
It's true.
All right, cool.
Actually, even in these ones, it's in the wrong place. If you look.
Even, well, it kind of looks like it's off to the side, not like directly across from the handle. No, and some of them they do, though.
Yeah.
The handle is, like, weirding me out. Probably because it's a 3D rendering and not an actual mug, but it looks like one of those things where it's like, well, it could be here, but also it could be over here. It's an optical illusion mug.
Kind of.
Freaking me out real good. Man, I need a new pop filter. I've complained about this before, but this thing, it keeps like falling down. Like
okay.
It's got the arm that connects to the microphone, and it just is supposed to be like adjustable, and it's been nice, but it's losing its ability to just stay where I put it, and it just kind of goes bonk and bonks into my mouth.
I can see how that's an issue.
It is. Stop doing it. So if there's weird sounds coming from my part of the podcast, that's why. Because I'm going bonk, bonk, bonk. All right. Well, I did my homework. You'll be very happy to know.
Good. I'm glad.
I went back through and I listened to our podcast and found what we had each predicted for the group stages of GSL, because apparently I said I was writing them down, and I remember writing them down, but boy, can I not find that writing down. It's very tragic. So what I've got here is some results, and let's go, well, some predictions rather, and then we can find some results on the internets.
Yep.
I believe most of them were final last time we recorded a pod.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was just group H that we were waiting on, but they're done now.
That's the one.
Yep.
They are finished. So let's go to the Liquipedia. Let's find our...
Do you need a link? I have a link.
Do you have it up right now? Yes.
Yes.
That's the sound the internet makes when you use it. Also, I just had one of those moments where I was like, he just sent that to me from Australia. And it got all the way over here in like less than a second. The internet is the most miraculous thing humanity has ever done. It's really quite amazing.
It's quite up there. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, maybe not as amazing as landing on the moon. That might be more amazing.
Instant communication versus something that has no real practical benefit at the moment.
Okay, but take practical out of it. Just take amazingness out of it, right? You think... So you tell a caveman, right? Speaking caveman, and you're like, all right, there's going to come a day where you can talk to somebody far, far away instantly. No need to talk to them in person. No need for smoke signals. No need to send them a letter or whatever you're doing as a caveman. Instantly. Versus, you see that big thing in the sky that you worship? Humans can go there and stand on it. I think he's more impressed by that.
No. I think you're fundamentally lying about the achievement. It's not that people can go there, it's that persons went there. People cannot go there now. You cannot go there. But what's more impressive than going there is that
enough money,
you could talk to the person there. The ability to talk to the person while they were on the planet, on the moon, is much more impressive than going to the moon.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. I think this is we're going to put a poll on Twitter and people can vote. Which one is more impressive? What? I'll put it up. I'll put it up as soon as this goes live. This instant this goes live, I'll put it up on Twitter.
I'm not interested.
You don't care about what the people think? You are an elitist after all.
No, I just don't care if you think the moon landing's more impressive. I think the application of talking like instantaneously to anyone on the planet is way more impressive than moon landing.
No, absolutely. I agree. The application of internet is way more useful than the application of we landed on the moon. I agree with you about that.
I'm saying the application makes it more impressive.
I don't know. It's a very practical way of looking at things, and generally that's how I do it. But I think history is full of stuff that's like, wow, that was amazing, but there's no practical use for this at all.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that, but that doesn't make them more practical or more interesting than the internet.
Well, not than the internet, but maybe compared to other practical things. I don't know.
Sure. Okay, so your argument is that if we compare two other different things, that you might get a different result again? Wow, okay.
No, I'm saying overall, I think there are many things that are very impressive but have no practical use that are more impressive and amazing than stuff that has practical use and is also amazing. But maybe not as amazing.
So other practical things versus other non-practical things are amazing, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I just think...
Right. So what I said. You just took two different examples, except failed to name the examples.
That's very true. I did completely fail to do that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's comparable to, like, the printing press. The printing press, incredibly practical, changed humanity. But it's not like, ooh, a printing press. I'm blown away by this. You know what I mean?
At the time it was.
You think so?
I think there would have been more excitement over a printing press than today.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because it was new, derp. God, what an argument that is. When something is new, it's more impressive than hundreds on hundreds of years later.
But the internet is still impressive. The moon landing isn't anymore. The moon landing would have been more impressive at the time, to me.
Oh, I see what this is. I'm an old person. I'm closer to the moon landing than you are. I was raised in an age when there were space shuttle launches all the time, and you were raised in an age when that was not the case. Sorry,
there are space shuttle launches all the time now. What the hell you want to...
No, there are not. They retired the space shuttle. Boom.
Well, okay, not space shuttles. My apologies. What I meant to say was there are rocket ship launches, like payloads and stuff going up.
Sure, they go to the International Space Station, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And satellites and stuff like that. And
yeah, launching satellites.
So there's still plenty of rocket-themed excitement to be had.
Yeah, but I'm just saying back in the 70s and 80s, there was more excitement about it because it was closer to when it was new. But see, you're a 90s baby and a millennial, and as a result, you don't quite understand what that was all about. I'm pulling old person card on you.
That's okay. You can take out your senior citizens card anytime you want, Granddad.
Yes.
Now, I think the excitement over the rockets wasn't strictly rocket enthusiasts. I think that might have been like Cold War, we have to beat the Soviets stuff lingering around.
That's true. A lot of it was patriotic. A lot of it was like, we got to beat those dirty commies at their own game. Because they got into space first, but we'll get to the moon first. That's how that went. Yep. All right. Well, fine. I'm still going to put up a poll. We'll see what the people say, and I will be vindicated. All right, so anyway, back to what we were actually talking about, which is GSL. How the heck did we end up on the moon landing? We were talking about GSL.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Good. Welcome to the podcast. We have no idea what we're doing. All right, man. So what I have here is our predictions, accurately written down with no question as to their veracity.
Mm-hmm.
And Group A, we both were in agreement that Dark and Keen would make it out of the group. And I actually said, Dark, if I have to pick someone else, I guess I'll pick Keen, but it's really just going to be Dark.
And Dark gets that in first place.
Dark gets out in first place with a 4-1 record. He's pretty ridiculous. He smushed the competition. I was correct about that. We were both wrong about Keen. Keen did not show well at all. He went 0-4.
He went 0-4.
Oh my gosh, Keen. We believed in you. What happened?
You betrayed our trust, Keen.
He had too many Protoss in his group is what it is. Protoss are overpowered versus Terran.
He had too many Protoss.
Look, he got 2-0'd by Deer and 2-0'd by Trust. That's what it was. He got Protossed.
Protoss. Okay.
We should have noticed that. We should have noticed there were 2 other Protoss in the group and been like, I bet a Protoss is getting out, because we would have been right if we chose Deer, because we would have over Trust.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
We should have looked more closely at things. All right, fine. So we were 50% correct on that.
Mm-hmm. And then Group B?
Group B, we predicted, both said Classic. And here's the thing. We both chose the number 1 seeds to get out of each group. We were in agreement all the way down the line about that. So we both chose Classic. But in Group B, you said True was getting through, and I said Trap. Victory! I think we should just end there. Falcon is better at this than Somicron is. Thank you for coming, everyone. We'll do it again for the next GSL group stages.
No, we need to do the entire lot of groups, not just 2.
Oh, well. If you insist. All right, so I'm winning. Group C. We both chose Stats to get out. Holy crap, what happened to Stats?
I mean, did he get Protoss? I don't know. He is Protoss.
Gumio 2-0'd him. He got 2-1 by Cure. And he got 2-0'd by MC. So, no. He got Terraned mostly. Dude, Stats got rocked by Terrans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gumio was
So-
like, oh, Protoss OP? Really now?
I know. Gumio was like, shut up. I got this, nerds. And he was right. So good job, Gumio. So anyway, you predicted Gumio. Well played by you. You get a point there. And I picked MC. I was wrong about that, but he outperformed Stats. So if you had told me he'd outperform Stats and not qualify, I'd been like, what are you on about? What have you been taking? Right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we're tied, I think.
We're tied.
Okay, points tied. Group D, we both said SOS was getting through. Good job, us.
Yes.
You picked Solar, and I picked Bunny. Ding, 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 ding.
So it's a point to you.
Point to me. I'm up by 1 right now. This is very nip and tuck, very close. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have been shocked if Solar got through. I love Solar. He's very good, but just not quite good enough. He took 3rd place.
Yeah.
And
wasn't good
Parting. I mean, it was a brutal group. I think we mentioned that when we were going over the previews. It was just blah, and someone had to take 4th place, and that was Parting. He didn't get 4-0'd. He got 2-4'd, which is all right. It's fine.
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't know if he won 2 games. There's people like Keen who got 4-0'd in these group stages, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Held his own. All right, so I have a 1-point lead. Group E was Maru, Hero, Scarlet, and Ragnarok. We both said Maru. We were both correct about Maru. He went through fairly easily.
4-0.
Then 4-0. Then you said Hero, and Hero went through. Ding, ding, ding. And I said Scarlet, and Scarlet got 3rd place.
And we're back to being tied.
We're back to being tied. Now, the problem is, Group F, we both said Sue and Innovation. We both got those right, and we're still tied. That was not hard. When I went back through and listened, we were both like, so it's Innovation and Sue, right? And we're like, yep, all right, moving on. Like, neither of us could really muster any kind of an argument for Creator or Hurricane. I like those guys, but it's Sue and Innovation. Come on, ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so Group G, where we do have differences, we both said TY. Now, here's an interesting thing. You said Lenok, the Zerg, and I said Fantasy, the Darren, and boy, were we both wrong.
Because it's TY and Impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're
We're
still
both-
tied.
But we have one group to go.
Yep, one group to go. Group H. The number 1 seeded player in this group was Zest, and guess what? We both picked Zest, and guess what? Zest took 3rd place. So that's not good.
Who were our second?
And my second was Rogue. Ding, ding, ding. He took 1st. Way to go, Rogue. I believed in you. And you also took Rogue. Ding, ding, ding. So we tied. We're both equally good at this game.
All right, let's get to know.
I mean, it didn't-
Congratulations, us.
Well, 3 of the group, we both chose the exact same players. So that was that helped in our tie. But yeah, I'm amazed at how that turned out. I can't believe we both had the exact same number of correct guesses over.
It's okay. There's
8
group
groups.
stage 2 to do.
That's true. Group stage 2. Oh man, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna save it as something first.
That's a good idea.
Hold your horses real quick here. We're gonna save this as GSL 2019 Season 1 Group Stage 2. Is there a character limit for Notepad documents names?
I don't know.
Probably not. All right, saved. Didn't throw an error at me, so that's good. All right, man. Group A. We've got Maru, Impact, Bunny, and Patience. Hit me with your best shot.
Maru first. And then, how did Patience do? Patience, 4 and 4. Impact was 4 and 3. Bunny, where did Bunny come from? 4 and 4. I'm gonna say Patience because he's Protoss.
So, Patience had good showings against Zest. His PvPs were good. He won both of his series against Zest. And he got 2-0'd by Rogue. So that was his show.
So you think he's gonna get wrecked by Impact?
So I'm saying there aren't any other Protoss for him to play against in Group A here. All of his matches will be versus Terran and Zerg. I don't know how his PvT is.
True.
I'm just giving you some background information, that's all.
Okay, that's good to know. He does go up against Bunny first, which means if he wins, he'll have to go up against Maru. Which means he'll probably lose.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna go double Terran. Maru.
Wow. All right. Maru, Bunny. All right, cool. So I will also go Maru because nobody in that group can threaten him, although we said the same thing about Zest and the same thing about, who else did we? Stats and Stats.
Oh my god, look at Group C.
That's not even fair.
Just a
Who
shit
does?
ton of
We
Protoss.
asked this question the last time we did this. Like, who makes these groups? And we didn't have an answer, and we still don't.
It's just there are 3 Protosses. Why not put
Yeah.
one in Group D? Just why not?
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how they do
although,
it.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure out of the 16 players, whoever had the highest seedings from last year in WCS points in Korea, they got to be like the first seed, so Maru, Dark, Classic, and TY. And then they get to do a picking style where they get to pick players. And then Maru, because he was first, at the end, after everyone picks, he could swap any player from his group with another player except for the first seeds from any other group.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's an element of like mind games there, right? Where you're like,
yep.
I chose to put this player in my group because I don't fear them. And that's a sign of disrespect, and it might motivate someone to like really work hard at taking you down.
But Maru can actually do. Well, he could have done this. I haven't watched the entire selection. I did watch a little bit, but he can actually pick someone like Innovation or Rogue or someone who really doesn't want to verse, and then put him into another group for someone weaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a double message there. You're like, I fear you, and I don't fear you. Don't use that as motivation in any way,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like it. So maybe that explains some of the weird distributions here for races.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, after having looked at this for all of 45 seconds and thought about it, I'm going to go. I know this is. I want to go bunny, but I can't. We only have 4 groups. I can't do what you did. So I'm going to go impact. I will take the Zerg here.
Okay. Okay.
Going to believe in impact after we didn't believe in him at all last time around. So I'm going to go first on this one. We're going to alternate.
Okay, that works.
So I get my first 2, and then you have to be like, So I'm going to go dark. Dark's getting through.
Mm-hmm.
Write
you go
that
for Dia?
down. And I'm... Let me go back and look at some stuff real fast. Deer, 2-0'd Keen, and lost to Dark 2-1. So he's going to struggle against Dark, obviously, but he should be fine against Cure if he can beat Keen. But how's his Protoss versus Protoss? He beat Trust 2-1.
Okay, Trust is not here.
That's true. I'm a go Deer.
Alright. I'm gonna go Dark and Hero.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to ride
Yep.
Hero the rest of the way.
Mhm.
All right, your turn. Group C, Classic Trap Innovation SOS. Good luck with this.
Thanks. Whew. I'm gonna go an SOS.
Ooh, underdog picks.
I mean, it's Inno. You can't discredit Inno at any point.
No.
And SOS. I don't know. I feel like I need to have him in my corner this time, because during the BlizzCon he did not work in my corner.
Just because you wrecked Maru for you? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember you betting on SOS. Oh, right, you didn't.
Well, yeah, I was looking at this, but Innovation and SOS are actually also get to verse each other first, so either way I lose.
Ooh, that's a good point. Well, you don't lose.
No, but it's slightly harder.
It is. You're going to stick with it?
Yep, let's stick with it.
Okay, sounds good. I'm also going Innovation. He's been on a tear in 2019. I don't know what happened to him for like BlizzCon and Home Story and stuff, but 2019's been fine for him.
Mm-hmm.
And can't choose SOS, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look at. Huh? What?
I didn't say anything.
So the Classic and Trap are both from Group B in Group Stage 1.
Mm-hmm. True facts.
Trap ended up beating True 2-1. He beat Lozira 2-1. He lost 2-0 to Classic. So Classic art. I'm gonna go Classic. Classic it is.
Classic decision.
Thank you. All right, D. My turn to go first. And TY, Gumio, Sue, and Rogue. Oh my gosh, Group D. What is this black magic?
It's rough.
That
It's
is
real
the
rough.
hardest, most difficult to choose group we've had yet.
Yeah.
And we've had some doozies.
And
All
you
right.
chose to go first.
I sure do. I'm gonna go
I mean,
Rogue. You gotta take Rogue. BlizzCon champion Rogue.
And you'd be a sucker not to take Sue. He's gonna get to the grand finals.
Oh, that would be poetic if I took Zergs and you took Terrans here. I really like what Gumio's been doing, but yeah, I'm going Sue.
Sue. Which is great, because I'm going TY and Gumio.
Yeah, you are,
Yeah.
because you're Terran. Even though you play Zerg on ladder. It's cool. Gumio.
I prefer the term infested.
Oh, you're an infested Terran on ladder. I see.
Yeah.
All right. Save. Ah, it made a sound. Save. That's better. Okay, good.
Now close the file, open it, and make sure it's there.
Got it. GSL group stage 2 text. They're there. What a miracle of
Huzzah.
modern computing. What practicality.
Now email me a copy,
Oh, right.
just to make sure.
I'm not going to email you anything. What year is it?
2019. Do people not email now?
No. For work a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Put it in Discord. That's what people do these days.
Fair enough.
Ding. Behold my text file.
Huzzah, it works.
I actually use text files for quite a lot of things at work, mostly for keeping track of like usernames for all the many accounts I use on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
I do use KeePass for my passwords, so like it's not just putting it into a plain text file, but usernames definitely, because sometimes that's all I need. It's like, what the crap is the username here, and then I can remember the password being associated with that username.
Right,
Anyway,
right.
text
That
files,
makes
they're
sense.
handy. Good story.
Yep.
Good story, Falcon. Amazing stuff. All right. Cool. So, man, can't believe we tied on group stage 1. That's so annoying. I'm so annoyed by that. I wanted to win. I had such a lead, too, after one group. 2 groups.
After 2 groups, I was in the
2
top.
groups. Then I had to keep going. Had to ruin it. Do we want to make a bet on group stage number 2?
No.
You are a little gun shy after the Let It Go incident.
That has nothing to do with it. Because,
Really?
like, yeah, it's just, I think the playoffs is where we make the bet.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, bragging rights at least, though.
Of course, naturally.
Ooh, I know. I'll make a roll on Discord. That is GSL group stage predictor extraordinaire for the person who
Ooh.
wins.
Now I'm invested.
And I'll even put it over on the right side of the server, so it's totally visible the whole time you're online.
Excellent.
Okay, done. Done and done. The problem is, like, a lot of this isn't done until March 22nd, which is a long ways away.
It is a while away. Which
like
means
3 weeks
we
after
can
this
do
comes out.
IEM. We do IEM.
Ooh, yeah. Isn't that
Yeah.
already started, though?
Yeah, it started today.
Yeah.
Do you not want to talk about IEM?
I do. Let's talk about IEM.
Okay.
Let's make sure I have the right one here. Sometimes Team Liquid's like, here's a thing from 2 years ago. And I'm like, that's not what I want at all.
Oh man, half the groups
Katowice.
aren't even half the groups aren't even filled yet. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
6 players
Yeah,
per
yeah.
group, and there's only 3 in each so far.
Yeah.
So
Well,
never
crap.
mind.
We can't predict anything.
No.
So far, just a quick rundown if you haven't seen it. Patient, Special, and Zest are through. Neeb, Dark, and Maru. Serral, Innovation, Rogue, Bunny, TY, Euthermal. Nothing too surprising here, except maybe the presence of Euthermal. I'm kind of surprised he's here. Like, I don't know that he fits. I don't think he's at the tier of everybody else I just named. Do you?
No, not anymore.
No.
He's good, but he's old.
Yeah.
That's the point there. Who did he beat to get there? Silly me, I went to the Intel Extreme Masters website instead of looking this up on Wikipedia.
Hold on. I think I found the thing. So bracket number 1. Do we have Euthermal here? No. Is he in 2? No. Server qualifiers? Is that where he came through? Okay, yeah. So from the European qualifier, he ended up 2-0ing Hero. Holy crap, dude. Seriously?
Damn.
And then 2-1 Snoot.
Okay.
And then what else did he do here? And then he 2-1 Bunny. And then he 3-1 Showtime. Holy crap, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
he's playing well.
He's doing, he's on an upswing. Okay.
So that's
I mean, not to
Hero.
talk shit about you, Thermal.
Sorry, Euthermal, our bad. 2019 is clearly your year. So he beat Hero and Snoot. He got 3-2'd by Special. He took Special to 5 games. And then went down to the losers bracket. And then got tossed up against Bunny, who he 2-1, 3-1 Showtime. All right, man. That's cool. I'm down. Euthermal, we apologize. Our bad.
Yep. How bad? We're
You're
sorry.
looking good.
Please forgive us.
I mean, you're old, but you're playing really well. He's not old. He's 23.
He's younger than I am.
Sure. We're old people, though.
We're old. God, my wrist hurts. God, I
But
just
I
can't
mean-
play. Just can't push the buttons fast enough anymore.
Innovation's 25, right? At this point. Who's the oldest person here, do you think? Special's 25.
at IEM, or you just mean in StarCraft in general?
Her the oldest person that's qualified so far for IEM.
Oh, okay.
26. Zest. Zest is 26. I think that's it. But let me go through the list one more time.
All right.
Maru's a baby.
Oh yeah.
Neeb's a baby. Cyril's a baby. So got a couple 25-year-olds here. Rogue is also 25.
Doc's 23.
TY is 24. Euthermal's 23. Zest is 26. He's the old man of the group.
Okay.
Huh. All right, good. So good job. Good job by Euthermal qualifying with everybody else. You are the man. So yeah, by next week, yes, by next podcast, we'll be able to give you group stage predictions for all the groups all the way down.
When's the grand finals for these? Will it not be done by the time next week?
March 3rd. Oh, you're right. I thought there was more of a gap there, but
Apparently not.
yeah, it'll be done by the time we record the next pod. Rats. No predictions from us. Actually, we could do predictions. Who do you think's going to make it to the quarterfinals? Pick 4 players to make it to the semifinals. We'll assume they come from the group of people that have already qualified.
So one from each group. I'm gonna pick Zest, Maru, Cyril, and TY.
This is not fair. Why did you get to choose all 4?
You told me to pick 4.
I did. Not all at once.
Oh, okay. You should have told me not to pick all 4 at once.
Well, now I did. Do it again. You get 1. Go.
Cyril.
Group A. From Group A. I'll give you
Cyril.
Group C as well. Do Group A first.
Alright, Zest.
Okay. Zest, I'ma take Special. Group B, I'ma take Dark.
I'm gonna take Maru.
Group C, you're gonna take Cyril. I'm gonna take It Doesn't Really Matter.
It's not like the guys you get to pick are bad. You get
They're
innovation.
not, but it's Cyril. You know what? Fine, I'm gonna take Inno.
Very good.
He's someone that I've actually watched beat Cyril in the last 2 months.
That's good.
Group D.
You get to pick first.
Sure do. Wow, it's all Terrans. Huh, that's exciting. I mean, Euthermal beat Bunny to get here.
It's true.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's amazing. Do I ride the Dutch train? The Dutch bicycle? Bicycle makes more sense, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Man. So I was reading some stuff about World War II today and different countries that Hitler invaded during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And the Netherlands was just like the most unprepared anyone's ever been to be invaded, like in the 20th century. It's just, they were not ready at all. After 6 hours of fighting, the president was like, official surrender, we're done. And that was it. It was a 6-hour war. Like, some of the troops for the Netherlands were on bicycles. That's how unprepared they were for World War II.
To be fair,
Yes.
I've got nothing.
Oh, man, you said that so sincerely. I was like, dang, Somicron's got a good point. I'm listening to this. Nope. Not at all. You started that sentence, nowhere to go.
I was equally as unprepared.
Amazing. All right, I'm going to take you thermal. We're riding the Dutch bicycle.
Trying so hard not to make like a Dutch Elven joke.
Yeah.
I'm going TY.
You thermal. All right, I'm going to put that in the same GSL prediction document.
Alright, good. That's fine.
And I'll send it to you again. Version 2. Ah.
I like that the champions for IEM go like Rogue, TY, Polt, Zest, SOS, Yoda.
Who?
Yoda?
Yoda?
In 2013.
Huh. I was unaware of that.
Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just labeling this part because I did like you first and me second, but we're going to forget. Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
There. Saved. Closed. Drag.
Oh man. The more the more I look at this, the more I see names that just aren't around anymore, like Daishi and Firecake.
Oh,
Jakshi.
Firecake. Who else?
Jakji.
Jakshi. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. MVP. First.
Who? First?
First.
I don't remember first.
Neither do I.
Okay, fair enough.
First was way before my time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is sad. I mean, basically they turn 27 and they're done, right? Like, if Zest is the oldest person to make it through at 26, clearly it's
Yeah.
impossible to do at 27.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, so I was always thinking that.
Which means I've still got time.
True fact.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Good times. Good time for StarCraft right now. A lot of stuff going on, you guys. So, bragging rights.
Yeah, I was just thinking we could just like pause the podcast here and come back in a couple of days after the IEM's gone on a little bit longer and just continue.
That's true. What are those? What are they, though?
There's more going on in about 5 hours, I believe, and then 2 more days, I think.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sure, if you're okay with that. You're the guy who produces the thing.
I have no problem with it.
Okay, cool. Through the magic of podcasts, we will actually end up looking at the entire group stages for IEM.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll change any of our picks, honestly, but maybe?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I got Cyril, so I'm fine with that group.
Right. Yeah, you're cool.
Yep.
No concerns there.
Yep. Oh, okay, how about this? Because only half of each group is, we have to take our second pick from the other half. So I can't go Cyril and Rogue, because you've got innovation. I have to go with someone who's going to show up new.
Oh, interesting. I mean, that could be mean in some groups where it's like, really? I have to pick one of these guys?
That's the point.
Oh, I mean, if it's... Boy, this could really bite one of us right in the butt.
It sure could.
It sure could. Fine. All right.
Excellent.
Deal.
Alright, and with the magic of editing, I'm going to clap, and then we'll see you back here in a couple days.
Time travel. All right, so we've traveled forwards in time, and we have the rest of the round of 24 groups.
Indeed we do.
And holy smokes, special. Poor special.
Oh, special. Oh, God. That is so many Protoss.
So many good Protoss, too.
Yeah, so many, like, top tier Protoss.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's gross. All right, so...
It's like, out of all the Protoss to qualify, the like, one of the 3 that he did not get was Neeb, which might be the one that I think he could take the easiest.
Yeah, exactly. Not in his group at all.
Not in his group.
I'd say that Trap and Deer might be a little bit easier for him and everybody there as well. Well, I don't know. Creator, I need to look more into how well he's been playing recently, but...
2-0 Probe.
What?
He 2-0 Probe.
Oh, well, sure. Yes, that happened.
Come on, Probe, be better.
Faithful son of Australia. Did his best.
Alright. Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Alright.
just to recap real quick, Group A, did we just choose? We chose one player each.
We chose one player each because we only had the first 3.
Yeah, so now we need to pick our
get
second.
to pick. But you can only pick from this the new 3, which are the bottom 3 on this image.
Oh, right. That was our rule. Okay, so this makes it
Yep.
more interesting and harder. Good. Okay, so for Group A, you got to pick first. You picked Zest, and I took Special, which, in hindsight, is really problematic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hero because I know Hero's a really good PvP player.
All right, I'll take Stats then.
Okay.
So Hero and Stats. Fare thee well, Special. We knew thee and loved thee. Group B, you took Dark, and I took no.
I took Maru.
Yeah.
I think you took Dark. I took Maru. I mean, you should have this written in front of you.
I think I had it swapped. I wrote it down backwards. I had the right names, but I had the
Okay.
wrong people. Yep, so you're Maru. So I'll go ahead and pick first here out of those bottom three, and I will take... I'm going to take Trap.
All right. I'm gonna take Lambo because in his game versus Elaser, after he won versus Elaser to qualify, he said, "This is my first like big tournament after becoming a streamer, not really a pro gamer, and I'm just here to test out builds on ladder."
Nice. With that attitude, you got to win. Got to back that guy. Okay, Group C. We have Solar, Ragnarok, and Gumio. I took Innovation, and you took Sterile.
So I'm gonna take Gumiho.
Cool. That's a solid choice, and I guess I'll take Solar.
Oh, excellent. Not bad.
No, not bad at all. Solar, good. And then Group D, you took TY, I took you Thermal.
And it's your turn to pick.
And it's my turn to pick. I gotta take Sue, obviously.
Do you want to back Scarlet? Like,
You-
backed her in GSL
You can...
as well.
Sue has to make it to the final two and then lose. He's a good pick.
Damn.
Ha!
I was gonna pick Sue.
Nice try.
I will take Scarlet.
All right.
I have faith.
Believe.
Far and hope. Yeah.
Which one of these IEMs did you do well in? She won one of these. Pyongyang, right?
Pyeongchang.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So not Katowice, but Pyeongchang, which pretty good. Pretty good group as well.
Yeah. A lot of familiar faces there
Yeah.
towards here now.
Yeah. So not much difference. So maybe, I don't know, maybe she just does well in the early parts of the year. And well, I don't know. Or is
Not
that a
so
result of
later.
the fact that Cyril wasn't quite in beast mode yet? It's hard to know.
It's hard to know. I mean, she's lucky. She's in a group that does not have Cyril.
True.
So,
True.
yeah.
So she will, I don't know, she has a better chance. Although, man, Bunny TY, Euthermal, and Sue, and Deer, I mean, that's it's disgusting. But hey,
Yeah.
anything can happen. That's why we watch. That's why Samacron is sleep deprived, is because we watch.
Yes, that is why we watch. Well, that is how we watch. Tired.
Yes, it is.
I went to bed at 6 p.m. and got up at 9 to watch.
Gross. That's like enough sleep where you kind of get into REM sleep, but not really.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I napped throughout the day.
Good. Little cat naps here and there. Sleeping in the bakery.
No, my lounge. Do not sleep in the
Oh,
bakery.
right. Good call.
I did not have work.
Right. Never mind. I probably wouldn't look too fondly on that.
I have slept in the bakery.
Oh, you have?
I was still asleep standing up. I was super tired. I'd like pulled an all-nighter. I think I was watching some tournament, and I just like crossed my arms and put my head down on the bench, and I fell asleep standing up.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I've ever gone to sleep standing up before. I've gone to sleep sitting down, like upright-ish, but never actually standing. That's impressive.
Yeah, I was pretty tired.
Good. All right. Well, we have our stuff here. We have our predictions. They're ready to go. Bragging rights are on the line.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if this is going to lead into the rest of what we did, or if this is just
It will.
It will. Good. All right. Fine.
Yeah. All right. You don't want to give us any more like time travel effects?
All right. Cool glasses. So, I kind of want to do a follow-up on Anthem, just because I've seen you're still playing it. So, here's where I'm coming from. Yeah. Did you stop the recording? Well, it's not going to be a whole 20 minutes. We're at minute 40. Can we just talk about Anthem, and then we'll do the rest? Okay, hang on. So, I'll stop. I need to stop my recording and start a new one then? You can figure
It'll
it
be
out.
fine.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll
done.
figure it out.
Okay.
Just do me a favor and count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Is that really how you count to 3 when someone's like, "Hey, can you just count to 3?" You just go 1, 2, 3. You stop and go 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's an audio, it's an audio medium.
Never mind.
It's all
I
good.
didn't need the theatrics.
Fair enough. 1, 2, 3. All right. So Anthem. I don't know. I had a discussion about Anthem with somebody at work today, and then I noticed you've been playing it. Discord has been showing me that you've been in that game recently a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the Metacritic score for this thing is like 60, which is not great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of comments about how the gameplay is boring and uninteresting, and the story is bad. And I just want to know if you're playing this and it's a bad experience for you, but for some reason you keep coming back, or if you're really enjoying it.
Okay, so in the week since the last podcast, where I'd only played 3 hours, I've now played 31.
True. So we have much more to work on.
Yes.
Work
And I'm
with.
enjoying it. I'm having fun.
All right.
Yeah, yep. It's
There we
not
go.
great. There's problems. There's definitely lots of problems. It
Okay.
could be
Let's name a couple of the problems, then we'll get to the good stuff.
okay, so problem is armor customization. So they have the microtransaction store where everything can be purchased with in-game money or real money, except there's nothing to buy. There's like one set of armor for everything, for each of the suits, and so even if you wanted to do a little more customization, there's just nothing to buy. Like
Okay.
I have, I think, so I'm only playing the Colossus because that's the best one. And I think I have 3 different like customization options for like. So there's 3 things. There's the legs, the torso, and the arms. And I have about 3 different sets, right? So there's one of each thing, and you can mix and match. And so technically you have more unique combinations, but it's still really boring because I'll get match made into a group where there's 4 Colossus and we all look the exact same with different color palettes.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's bad. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else that really gets your goat?
Um. No, not really.
If not, it's cool.
No, there's nothing else that's like it's every time, like, 'cause every time I look at my Titan, no, I want to call it a Titan from Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I look at my Javelin, right, I can see that it looks very similar to other people's, and so it gets me mad. Not mad, but it's the thing I'm most frustrated with. Like, even stuff that is also kind of bad is, like, the MMO grind of slightly increasing better gear, where it's like, oh, this gun is a power level of 33 instead of 32, so I'm just going to equip it anyway. Right? I kind of knew that was coming into it, and I don't mind it. I like seeing that tiny little increment number rise. That's why I played Destiny a lot. Destiny does it the same way. So I'm not even mad about that. Like, I knew that was going to be in there, and I just got my first, like, they call it a Masterworks item, which is basically just, like, legendary gear. And it's got some, it actually has, you know, last week we talked about how some of them would have tiny incremental increases, like 1% more pistol damage or whatever. This has 4 of those stats, and then when it reloads, it also triggers combos. So combos are basically like, you set up a combination of elemental attacks and it causes an explosion and it does crit damage, basically. And so just this thing on reloads, anyone around me that I have like on fire or is, you know, currently being electrified or whatever, they'll just explode.
Wow,
crit
that's
damage.
pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What else? What other bonus, like, good things do we want to talk about here?
Good things. I'm enjoying flying around the world. Like, it's very pretty to look at. It runs surprisingly well.
Can you get out of the canyons?
Like, there's no
Like, can you
fields.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you see a skyline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see, like, onto the horizon. You can't go onto the horizon, right?
But
Eventually,
you can see it.
yeah, eventually, like, there's a point where you'll hit a wall, or there'll be just a cliff face, and then you, like, if you fall down there, you'll die, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's a
Okay,
limit
okay.
to the map, obviously, but it's
Right.
a reasonably good mix-up of scenery each time. And playing the Colossus, it's also the heaviest, so it means it can't fly as far, which means I've gotten good at skimming along water surfaces to cool
Yeah.
the engine to increase the flight duration. Because you either, when you overheat, you just like start dropping and gliding down, and then you stop, and then there's a penalty. It's like 10 seconds before your engines will start to cool down, and then you can take off again. But if you like fly through a waterfall, it'll cool your jets, or if you just land into a puddle, it'll slowly start cooling. But you can also skim gently across the surface of the water, and if it's also raining, it'll cool them. But if it's not raining, it'll at very least they won't heat up any further.
That's kind of cool. That's a cool effect.
Yeah. And so you've got to be like perfectly gentle with the mouse control, because it's not great flying controls. Like if you had a stick control for a flight sim or something, you could probably work it with that. Like there are better ways to do flying. Is what I'm trying to say. But
You've
not
seen
everyone.
them, yeah.
Not everyone has one of those, and so to get everyone to use it, they have to have somewhat usable flight controls, which were a little annoying at first, but I've gotten good at it. So
That's good. So learning curve isn't that steep, is what you're saying.
yeah, no, it's pretty
Yeah.
okay. I still see lots of people playing Colossus who they'll fly along, like, because you'll all spawn at the same location at the start of the mission, and then I'll see my heat bar slowly filling, and they'll drop because they're just going to land, walk for a bit, and it'll cool off on its own, and then take back up. And I'm just, nope, I'm going to do this instead. I know there's a waterfall there. I'm just going to quickly dash around through it, and yep.
Yeah. That is pretty neat.
Yep.
Life hack. Wait. Game hack. Wait.
There are other ways to boost that as well. You can get one-time consumables that will increase like weapon damage or ammo storage or flight durations or heat capacity for your javelin, like for one expedition, and they cost crafting materials to make, and you get those pretty quick. So there are other ways you can also increase that. You don't have to get good with it. You could just fly a lighter javelin, and then use the consumables, and you'll fly forever. Like,
Yeah, I gotcha.
yeah.
You can say Titan. I'm on.
Okay.
Anyway, I know what you're talking about. All right, well, good. Well, that's good. I'm glad to get a perspective of the game that's not just everybody dumping on it all the time. So,
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the criticism is deserved of the game, right? It's definitely not special by any means, right? Like
Yeah.
the story's there, but it's about like some all-powerful mystical thing called the Anthem of Creation, and it's like, oh, and there are these people who are born who can kind of hear it, and they have like extremely massive intellects, and then but if they go near this one place, they'll turn mad. So what do you do to win the game? You take one of those people there.
yeah, that's what I would have done.
It's it's
Not
got
inspired,
brilliant-
is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not inspired, but I mean, I don't really mind because it's like I can just skip those and then I get back to shooting things.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Is the shooting things experience good? Well, then let's go with that.
Yeah. There's plenty of collectibles to be found.
Yep.
The hub world for Tarsus, the NPCs, every time you do a mission, you can come back and talk to them. They'll have something new to say. But it's not everyone. A bunch of them will have individual storylines that you can work through and have choices, and then you can make choices. Like, you can get different outcomes. Like, I broke up a couple. He was like a spy from another, like a rival place called like the Dominion. They're the bad guys.
All right.
Except his persona, like his cover, was that he fell in love with one of the spies from here, and they're trying to make it work. And he like feels bad about being the Dominion, and so you have to try and like talk to the wife and him and try and work out if that's just him being his cover or if he's actually like trying to start fresh and genuinely feels bad.
Oh man,
Uh,
that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't believe him. I think he's like, I think they messed with his mind because you can like say a code word to him and he's like, his like real personality will come out. And
So he could believe he's telling the truth, but he's a time bomb.
yeah. And so
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
I had his wife shipped off to another fort, and he gets to be a tool of our spy program.
But what about the code word? He's still dangerous. No, is he?
No. Well, the code word. Here's the thing. I did skip a lot of the dialogue as well.
He made a decision with incomplete information, Samacron.
It's true. It's true. I did do that. Anyway, there's another guy who constantly wants to tell you gossip about people around the fort, and apparently his voice actor is one of the people from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Is it Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah. Terry Crews.
No.
Not Terry Crews. No, Terry. Is it not Terry Crews? He does
Didn't
video
tell me.
game stuff.
It did not sound like Terry Crews. I know what Terry Crews sounds like. Joe Low Trudeler, aka Charles Boyd.
Oh, Boyd. I didn't know he did voice work for the video games. That's cool.
Don't know.
Huh.
Yeah. He's apparently this one character called Neeson. Yeah.
Neeson. Not
He just wants to
Nissan?
leave. No. Well, it's Neeson. Neeson. Or
Right.
Nissan.
Yep. Nissan it is. Nissan.
He constantly is like trying to gossip.
Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So there are like stories there that you could, enjoy if people were interested. It's not like the game's full of bad story.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like it. That's good.
Yeah.
Of course, I am playing Baldur's Gate right now, which apparently is also pretty story-y.
Okay.
That's what people say anyway. We're getting there.
I was watching for a bit.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
How,
Couldn't help but notice you named a character after yourself.
Of course I did. It's the me character.
Uh-huh. Can you name the
Why
other
on
characters?
earth? Why on earth? Yes. Did I? No.
That's. Are you going to? Yes.
Am I gonna name the other characters? No.
Why not?
I mean, they already have names. They came with names. Why would I change that?
Why not name it after people in chat? You're playing it on Twitch. Why not?
That's true. I could
that-
name the chaotic evil necromancer against. What the heck is the word here? Name them after. After somebody in chat. My English is
forgot the
so
word
bad.
after.
Shut up. Yeah. The chaotic evil necromancer after somebody in chat. Maybe Somicron.
Okay, great.
Crazy guy.
That's fine.
Who just
I
wants
want-
to
I just
murder
want-
all the things.
I'm okay with that.
And it's going to come to a head in our party because it's led by a lawful good paladin. And they're going to fight at some point.
That's fine. You can watch evil triumph over good.
Wow. Unfortunately, I'm playing the game and not you, so probably not. Anyway.
That's fine.
Anyway, probably my favorite highlight so far is somebody in chat was like, you should save here. And I'm like, okay. And then I ran into this dude who was like, I'm going to kill all of you. And it was one guy versus a party of 4 people. And we beat him. It wasn't hard. And the guy's like, huh, that's weird. Usually parties wipe on that dude. And I was like, really? 1 on 4? What kind of game is this? So like, you're just brand new to the game, but here's a one character who can wipe your entire party. And I'm like, what? But nope, not me. Because I believe in truth and justice. Well, that was a lot of fun predicting GSL and IAM stuff with you. I hope I win for the bragging rights. Excelente. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here with the Falcon Paladin Hour. Please check out the merch link in the show notes. We have mugs, we have beanies, we have shirts. All right, cool. Well, that's going to be it from us. Thank you so much for listening and being here and spending your time with us this week. And you take care of yourself.